The Prince of Wales stood in the stands and sang along to the Welsh national anthem as he prepared to watch Wales take on Fiji in the Rugby World Cup in Bordeaux. Prince William, 41, was among the 42,000 crowd to watch Warren Gatland's men take to the pitch during their opening Pool C game. Wearing a red tie with white stripes, the future king was on his feet bellowing out with pride the words in Welsh to Hen Vlad Fy Nyadau, land of our fathers. William, patron of the Welsh Rugby Union, was seen laughing and joking as he sat alongside Gerald Davies, the 50th president of the Welsh Rugby Union. William gave a sideways glance as his image appeared on the big screen. But it appeared his face was not greeted with the same rapturous applause and cheers which erupted for Kate Middleton when her face was shown to the crowd yesterday as she watched England take on Argentina. William spoke of enjoying the opening matches of the Rugby World Cup as he visited Bordeaux to watch Wallace Pool C fixture against Fiji. William was greeted by Mr. Davies, venue director Paul Coutlands and WRU president Gerald Davies after arriving at Stade de Bordeaux. He then met Fijian President William Katonavir before taking his seat. The prince initially commented on the warm weather in the French city, where temperatures have this weekend reached 36°C, before discussing the tournament, which began on Friday with hosts France beating three-time champions New Zealand 27-13 in Paris. "I can't believe another World Cup has come around again," he said to Mr. Davies. "It's exciting when it all kicks off. There have been some good matches already. The France-New Zealand game was fantastic." He also expressed admiration for former Wales captain Alan Wyn-Jones, Test Rugby's most capped player, who retired from international duty earlier this year and currently plays for French club Toulon. "I'll be looking for where Alan Wyn is," William said during his conversation with Gerald Davies. "He's been there so long, he's a stalwart." It is not the first time William has been captured singing the Welsh national anthem. In February, the Prince and Princess of Wales were in Cardiff to watch England v Wales in the Six Nations. It was the couple's first outing at a rugby match since gaining their new titles, and both were spotted singing the anthem in Welsh. In 2016 he spoke of how when the Welsh national anthem goes you know you are home. It comes just 24 hours after the Princess of Wales, 41, was spotted in the crowd cheering on England at the Stade de Marseille as the Red and Whites made the perfect start to their campaign in the 27-10 win. Kate stood in the stands and appeared in good spirits as she chatted with Bill Beaumont, the chairman of World Rugby, ahead of the match. After England's triumph, a video was shared on Instagram of Kate meeting the England rugby team, and joking with George Ford, asking whether he has been practicing drop goals. A clip of the meeting was shared by England Rugby on Instagram. where it quickly garnered in excess of 15,000 likes within an hour. In the short video, the royal is seen asking George Ford, "Have you been practicing your drop goals?" The player laughs, as another teammate says he's a natural, and Kate says amazing, presumably in response to the player's performance. The royal couple are in France supporting the home nations during the tournament. It comes weeks after the prince, who is president of the Football Association and therefore responsible for promoting the game nationally and internationally, chose not to attend the World Cup final, which saw England lose 1-0 to Spain in Australia. The cost of the trip and carbon footprint were cited as reasons for him not to go. Critics rounded on the prince, as the government frantically scrambled Foreign Secretary James Cleverly to Sydney to support Serena Wegman's side. Mandu Reid, leader of the Women's Equality Party, told Mail Online, "It's utterly ridiculous that England wasn't and still isn't prepared to celebrate the Women's World Cup final." This week, William discussed the important lesson he hopes his children, Prince George, 10, Princess Charlotte, 8, and Prince Louis, 5, will learn while playing team sports. It came to light with the release of a special Rugby World Cup edition of the former England international Mike Tyndall's podcast, The Good, the Bad and the Rugby. Talking about the skills you gain from those early years of playing team sport, William said, "Learning to lose, which I think we've got to concentrate more on nowadays." "I think people don't know how to lose well. Talking about our children particularly, I want to make sure they understand that." "I think it's really important from a young age to understand how to lose, and why we lose, and to grow from it and what you learn from that process. But also to win well, and not boast. There's so many life lessons that help us all through life, in friendship building, in relationship building, workplace, that you gain from those early years of playing team sport." It was then the turn of Kate to explain why she loved team sports, with Mike joking, "I am not going to say you're really competitive. But I've seen her play beer pong.